What's up, guys? We're back here at the GSL Kodas, and it is packed.
There are so many people in here. They're still coming in because this is the greatest day of StarCraft 2 of all time.
You really can't get much better than this.
No, you cannot. Look at this. Flash against PartinG in the losers match. What?
The best Brood War player of all time against the guy who was the world champion last year. What?
Yeah.
That's the losers. That's what Group B losers set looks like.
Oh man, this is just crazy. All right, what do you think? What happens in this match?
I think Flash wins.
I do too. I think PartinG has to actually take Flash out early.
I agree.
You have to kill him early because you're not going to out macro him, PartinG.
Never count PartinG out though. PartinG's so good, so bulletproof.
Yeah, it's seriously. But Flash, you know, is mechanically speaking right now, think of the people that, like, when they're like a year old, their parents make them play piano, and then they just do it their whole lives, and their mechanical skill next to Flash is almost zero. Okay?
Yeah.
He can play the piano better than them, and he's never even played the piano.
Yeah.
That's how good his fingers are at clicking stuff.
Our map is going to be Daybreak. The pressure's on. Two of the greatest figures in esports battling out right now. One of them is knocked out of the GSL Kodas in round of 16. What in the world?
I told you, this was supposed to be the top 4, man. This is really sad.
This was supposed to be our final
All 4 of these guys should be in the round of 8. No question, in my mind, in the world.
This is going to be crazy.
Yep. Well, Daybreak, our first map. The countdown has begun. We'll see in a second.
It's going to be time in a second here. Guys, get on Twitter, hashtag GSL, and spread the word. Tell your friends to tune in. These are some of the best StarCraft 2 matches we're going to see in a long time. All right. I am Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. We're Tastosis, the casting Archon, romancing over the greatest esport ever made, StarCraft 2, here at GOMTV.net. In the bottom left, the world champion, eager to become a GSL Kodas champion, he is
SK Telecom T1, PartinG.
And in the upper right, in the red, we have our Terran player, the best player, the winner of everything in Brood War. Can he do it here in Star 2? He is
KT Lolstar, Flash.
Ooh. You know, another thing to mention, if you hit top 8, you're really close to qualifying off WCS points to the seasonal finals.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, going to have nice big prizes. Very important.
Absolutely.
Indeed. So this is one of the very crucial rounds here.
This is going to be pretty wild, man.
So, gas going up pretty quick for Flash. I feel like Flash is going to Reaper expand. I think it's one of the safest openers that you can do right now in Terran
I think this is the bread and butter TVP opener. You know?
I agree. I agree. You know, there's generally speaking, this is what you'll end up seeing when you play PvT or TVP, and that's because, you know, the Reaper is going to be able to scout out pretty much everything the Protoss is doing. It's very hard to hide anything from an early Reaper. Until you have, you know, maybe 2 Stalkers and a Mothership Core, you can't really hide very much from a Reaper.
Yeah, that's very true.
So it'll make him pretty safe.
Well, I mean, we can quote G.I. Joe here, knowing is half the battle in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, it's always
really
it's great to quote G.I. Joe. It's you know, it's where I learned everything.
Now the question is, you know, what is PartinG going to do coming into this?
The other thing you have to watch out, though, for is he knows a Reaper's on the way. Right? And he knows that it's going to be able to scout basically everything he has.
Right.
So we can quote Transformers from that.
Sure,
right?
let's do that, yeah.
It's, oh my god, why did the quote go out of my head? Oh, I had this set up so perfectly, too. More than meets the eye. There you go.
Ah.
I missed my timing. It would have been funny.
I
swear to
saw
God.
him laughing before the joke even came out. I got excited, and then
More than meets the eye, man.
more than meets the eye.
Robots in disguise, man. All right. So, anyways, after totally butchering my own joke, the Reaper pushing up here. This is going to be a 1-gate expand from PartinG. Most likely. It doesn't. Like, he could go into some sort of crazy 3-gate, 4-gate type of thing.
He's actually doing a great job holding off this Reaper.
Yeah.
This Reaper almost died.
It came very close.
Yeah.
All right.
Very quick eBay here. Definitely wants to get those upgrades.
There's a possibility that he'll go for a pretty quick missile turret, too. You never know. If you suspect that an Oracle's coming, a missile turret can really deter it. Of course, DT drops are pretty popular. They've fallen off a little bit in the past couple weeks, but
Yeah.
That's something that you may want a turret for eventually as well. But the +1 on the way, that's going to allow him to put on a lot of pressure when that's done.
We have the Mothership Core coming out here. Just want to see if you can clear anything at the watchtowers, anything. Since you really can't use the Mothership Core for much early on if you're not being attacked. Might as well poke the Terran a little bit.
Quick robo coming down for PartinG. Just going to play it very safe, get his observers out, and see what he can scout.
He's just going to poke in here a little bit.
He wants to see if that second gas is taken yet. And he sees basically everything. 3 Raxes, second gas not taken. Pretty self-explanatory.
All right. Sentry now going to come out here, and the Robo is almost done. The Reaper now continuing to scout. Mothership Core en route back to PartinG's base.
Everything completely standard for PartinG as well. A couple more gates coming up.
These
a little
are
bit
totally,
after 6 minutes.
Totally copyable builds here, guys.
Yeah, the Forge. Reasonably quick Forge here. I wonder if he's going to throw down a Twilight, or he's going to go just right into Colossus Tech. Because I feel like against what he scouted, Colossus Tech is going to be a nicer opening by far.
Yeah.
It really looks... When your opponent gets the eBay that quick and then adds the 2 Raxes, there's going to be a lot of Marines, with upgrades, kind of putting pressure on, seeing if they can get something done. And a Colossus is extremely steady against that. So we'll see very shortly here if he wants to go Colossus Tech. I know, it's Twilight first. Okay. PartinG definitely a player that can pull off defensive something like this with Colossus Tech. I mean, with Template. Twilight Tech.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so they're both taking it easy for the start. Nobody wants to attack any other one. They can't even really attack into each other because defenses. Let's see if Flash notices PartinG's observer here.
Looks like he's waiting for an Oracle there with his Marines. Any possible incoming Oracle so he can kill it off.
Well, you got to be ready for that Oracle because if you're not, it's going to get in there and kill 7 SCVs before you can even do anything.
You'll just, at this level, you'll just lose if it gets in there and kills 5, 6 SCVs.
You're too behind then.
They'll get such a nice lead from it. I mean, there is a possibility of coming back, but you don't want to give your opponent that chance of getting that far ahead of you. So, Warp Prism on the way. Ooh. Warp Prism and a couple more gates now.
We might see some pressure early on here.
Yeah, this could be kind of like what SOS was doing. Getting the quick Warp Prism out with charge.
You can warp in, into the main and use the Mothership Core to time warp.
Sure.
Slow down those Marines.
Could do that.
Really do a lot of damage, then hit the front as well.
Yeah. Overall, this is a very strong build. We saw SOS get out of his group in first place the other day using builds very similar to this.
Certainly, PartinG took some note of what SOS did there.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. In fact, this has me thinking that at the very top level of Protoss play right now, a lot of people are probably doing this within their teams, or variations thereof.
Oh, the Reaper gets by. No force fields. He sees it.
Oh, man, that's rough. You do not want them to see that.
Oh, my God.
Wow, that Reaper just does what he wants.
Yeah.
He doesn't even care. Trying to warp in a Stalker to get rid of him, but look at that. The Marines trying to find where this Warp Prism is going to go. And that's why, look at this funny path that PartinG's taking. He knows that he knows. And he's dodging.
God, he's actually going all the way through it.
Oh, man. Flash is underestimating PartinG here.
He's totally got around it.
Such smart moves by both players.
Yeah. And now this drop's going to come in here and... All right. Nice deflection anyways.
That's pretty much the end of that. I mean, you chase that down with the Viking. Those Zealots will be cleaned up by the Army of Flash, most likely.
Gets the Warp Prism. Now hits these Zealots down here. Really nicely done by Flash. He handled everything perfectly.
Yeah, and again, that Reaper coming in so handy. If you do have a Warp Prism over across the map, it's immediately useful. You know, anytime your opponent moves out, you can move in, warp in your charge lots, warp in some more, and make him come home, basically. But right now, Flash can attack.
All right, now cleaning up everything over here. And he's going to go and take out the debris. I don't think he's going to be able to go in here and do too much damage to PartinG. In fact, I don't even think he's going to attack into PartinG. He might just back up.
I think you're right. You know, Psystorm is just about to finish, so...
Oh, excuse me.
Oh,
nice dodge,
storm.
though. Nice dodge.
Yeah. Decent amount of damage being done, but there's a lot of medevacs out here, so he's still got to be very careful with these storms. That's why I was talking about Colossus earlier. It's a little bit more solid for defending against something like this.
Yeah.
But you can do it with High Templars if you're very good.
All right. A little bit of kiting here. Can he force a cancel? That would be huge. Another nice dodge here. Those storms, they aren't infinite. You know, he can run out of them. Archon actually getting very low. Flash with perfect control.
That's right, splitting his units in all sorts of directions at once. Coming in trying to snipe the Archons. In fact, gets both. So well done. No Psystorms left, so he's going to continue to micro back here. Some beautiful kiting going on here from Flash.
Continuing to push forward here. Now regrouping. Now that Nexus in the upper left did take some damage. So he might try to go in there for another swipe.
I love how Flash keeps some damage on the Nexus during that engagement, or most of it, just to make sure that PartinG has to attack in quicker.
Yeah.
He's forcing him, he's baiting him out. Flash knows he's not going to kill the Nexus right there. He just wants to kill some extra units.
We got +2 armor here for the Protoss, +1 ranged attack here for the Terran.
And here we go, he's coming back up once again. Does he have enough storms? Look at the medevac count right now. He's up to 11 already.
All right, now what he's doing is he's also forcing out the usage of that Nexus cannon, and then he's running away from it. Oh!
Great
That was
storm.
Really good. Man.
Yeah. Flash is up a little bit in supply right now, just keeping on the pressure, getting his second engineering bay. He's getting his Ghost Academy as well. But you know what? He does not have a fourth command center rather yet. Just really focusing on his macro and his harassment here. He's keeping on this constant pressure, and look at his supply peak up. 160 to 134 right now.
Yeah. All right. Once again, another storm. Not that much damage. I don't believe we have enough energy for a Nexus cannon here.
Not
no,
yet.
we don't. 69.
But if he can throw down a Time Warp eventually, that's going to help out Psystorm's a lot. He's almost there. 75 energy. He can throw it
goes down.
Oh, big mistake there by PartinG. And in fact, the Psystorm's being used up. Just all that's left. He's got to be careful because Flash's micro is so good.
Flash continuing to kite, playing so perfectly. Stimming, also boosting his medevacs to make sure they don't get hit in the back. He's slowly chipping away at the army of PartinG. 171 supply to 130.
And this is getting really bad for PartinG. He's got to get something to happen here a little bit quicker. Bring out some Immortals here, not a bad choice.
He's going for the Nexus, and it goes down! And that is just Flash being better than his opponent. That is actually what that is.
That's what that is, Tasteless. We can't argue too much with that. Beautiful play here by Flash. But now PartinG pushing him back. Don't forget, his army has taken a beating. So there might be some way for PartinG to get in here and do some damage, but he can't just let Flash take this fourth base. He can't be on 2 bases long against a 4-base Flash. That's not how the game works.
He's slowly moving forward here.
Nice.
I think eventually we're just going to watch PartinG get drowned here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's too many units for Flash. He's slowly chipping away this army. This army not really able to do any damage. Flash's control just too good.
Yeah, even drawing a medevac up front to draw hits that had more health. Beautiful play. His medevacs are getting low on health, but PartinG getting low on units here. His Archon does go down, and Flash just keeps him on mostly Zealots, which are so kiteable in this situation with that many medevacs.
Well, I feel like it's a matter of time before Flash slowly KOs PartinG here.
Yeah.
I don't see how PartinG comes back. It's just Flash shaving off chunks of the army over and over and over.
We're going to have Ghosts out here soon as well. And when the Ghosts get here, what do you do with Immortals, you know, a couple Sentries and High Templars, a few Archons? No, the Ghosts are going to clean that up. At this point, PartinG needs to be transitioning into Colossi to deal with this, you know, because of the Ghosts coming out. But he simply doesn't have the economy. He lost his 3rd base.
Yeah. He can't support that. Uh-oh. I think we're going to have a big drop coming up here.
Very smart move. Even threatening the big drop is going to split PartinG up a bit. A lot of Zealots going over here. He can deal with the drop wall, but can he deal with the attack that's coming in over on this side?
We are going to have to see. I think with this number of units being warped in, the answer is yes. He's going to have to back off once again. PartinG is doing a good job catching up to a maxed out Flash. He's at 173 supply.
Look at that. A High Templar picked off for a Marauder. So well done.
Really weird storm.
Oh, good storm right there, but the army's coming in once again. Can he snipe this Nexus? No, it doesn't look like it.
Getting it low. He will at least get that Archon.
All the expensive units of PartinG continue to die, but...
Oh my god, Flash is just taking the whole map.
PartinG not dead yet, though. All right, he does have 183 supply. He's actually, somehow, some way, he's approaching a max. So he may still be able to do something here.
Another scan here. He'll see the armies moving out. Flash fans out his army here.
Nice time warp going down. It's going to allow him to get quite a few of these ghosts, perhaps, but Flash kiting back so well. Look at the supply. It's even. Can PartinG push forward? He needs to pull back right now.
He's hitting. He's being hit too hard right now.
Yeah, this kiting is just dealing so much damage to him. He's losing his entire Zealot army.
And once again, Flash with the supply lead now. He's got to watch out for those side storms, though.
Yeah. I feel like PartinG a little bit late on pulling back there. He could have been in a better position here, having probably about the same supplies still as Flash if he had pulled back.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things about Protoss. You got to know when to pull back, because there's a point in time where the rest of your Templars can't catch up. Same with the Immortals.
Yeah. And
you're just going to be kited until there's nothing left that you have.
You know, I think at this point, PartinG might be a little bit frustrated as well, right? His observer sees that there's mass command centers on the way, that there's planetaries being created, so that his charge lot-based army can't really do counterattacks. And how often does he play someone of this caliber, truly?
Of course.
How many Terrans can actually do this to PartinG?
All right. He's continuing to regroup here. Now the supplies are even, but I don't see where PartinG can make a move, you know?
Yeah. No, he's against mass ghosts. There's going to be Cloak coming out. There's planetaries being built every now and then. This is very hard to attack into. But PartinG has taken a fourth, and he is going into Colossi tech. So that's really, really important.
PartinG is indeed tenacious. Hard to get this guy knocked out. Probes, by the way, being transferred to the upper left over here.
Similar supplies right now. Neither player really has a big bank. As far as upgrades go, they're extremely close. Flash is getting his third armor. He already has his +3 attack, and PartinG has his third armor, but only +2 attack. So Flash is ahead a bit on that.
Oh!
Whoa. Good
even we didn't see that coming.
Yeah. That was kind of out of the blue. Nice side storm as well. I mean, this is... PartinG's falling back on what he's best at. Templars everywhere. This is how he originally got known, was just spreading Templars across the map and just butchering Terran armies. Now, he hasn't butchered it, but he's doing a good job against Flash, at least.
All right, we're starting to move out here. And as you can see, PartinG is ready. He is in position.
His Templars right outside the scan
I don't know if Flash can actually just... Remember, PartinG was down for 130 supply. I got some maxed out Terran for a while. Held that off and is now here. That's how good PartinG is right now, guys.
He lost his third Nexus while Flash was taking a fourth. It's like... It's unbelievable how well PartinG is actually playing here and coming back. And look at those High Templars. He's so brave with those. He's going to come in for the flank. Oh! Beautiful side storms going down. But a lot of the splash damage in this main army is being taken out. The thing is, has he killed enough of Flash's army? Flash down to 160 supply. PartinG still almost max. And
PartinG might have just turned this whole game around.
He may have, Tasteless. More and more ghosts on the way. A lot of Vikings being produced. You know what? I think it's time for Flash to stop attacking. This is the point where PartinG has held the attack so well, and he's getting a good enough army that I think Flash has to sit back and sit behind some planetaries, make a really great composition against it. Mass Viking, mass Ghost.
Yeah.
That's a very hard one to attack into. If anyone can do it, though, it's PartinG.
PartinG with surgical precision is trying to see if he can get inside of this Terran base, do something, do anything to get back to where he needs to be. But the problem is, although the supplies here favor PartinG. The position on the map here definitely favors Flash. Flash is just immune to any kind of attack right now.
Yeah. We do have a second robo on the way. Very important to see here from PartinG. He may even want to add a third and fourth later on, but with the bank he has right now, that second one going to do just fine, helping him to get his Colossi count up. But, you know, this is the point where Flash is doing things like getting building armor, right? Like getting a lot of Vikings and fixing his composition perfectly to deal with this.
Looks like he's going to poke out here with the Templar.
Yeah.
Ooh. Very nice.
Not quite getting a ghost there.
Yep.
Just a feedback. Non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Couple Stargates on the way. We probably will. This is funny, but I think we're going to end up seeing some Tempests.
That makes sense.
PartinG has done this before, where on Daybreak, sometimes Terran can turtle up like this, like we actually just suggested that he do. And you can't really break them if they're sitting back behind planetaries with a lot of Vikings, with a lot of ghosts. But if you get some Tempests, you can force those engagements because of their superior range. These guys are pulling out all... Oh my god. There's a fusion core on the way.
Sick.
Oh my god.
This is crazy.
All stops being pulled out tonight, Tasteless.
We are going into Endgame here, baby.
That's right, honey bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Flash to the north.
Flash trying to move in here.
These two are so hard to attack right now. Another pretty nice size storm.
He might actually just go for this. That's a lot of ghosts. You do not want to lose that many ghosts.
Yeah. If you know, you need a lot of Colossi to be able to take those ghosts out efficiently. But how many Vikings does he actually have? He has 16. Wow. Oh man. All right, so we're at that point, man, where, well, hold on though. We're at that point where people keep on trying to get snipes on each other here, whether that's the actual ability snipe, whether that's a feedback, a blink in, Vikings just flying up to pick off a Colossi, but both players are so good that I don't know that this is going to happen at all.
This is so smart. He's starting to chop up some DTs and sending them all over the map here.
Some Zealots being bled off as well to the bottom right. And you know what? The Tempests are going to do pretty well against battlecruisers, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
They get quite an additional bonus against massive flying units. And he actually sees, look at that, battlecruisers. I guess the Tempests were a good idea for more than one reason, PartinG.
Yeah. Zealot's trying to just get this planetary.
That's actually going to signal to Flash that he's now doing what Flash would expect, which is bleeding off the bad units. You know, Zealots are not going to be useful in the next portions of the game, except as reinforcements.
Not in the end game. You need pretty much all the other units as well. Just a few Zealots in the front to sponge.
Sure. Well, he still has quite a few.
The top base and the bottom base are going to be pretty much impossible for either side to get. And it may be a game where it boils down to who can control those for the longest period of time, because, you know, these are just bases that are very attackable.
This is, you know, I was feeling Flash for so much of this game, but the battle cruisers going up against Tempest, obviously going to really favor Tempest, but of course Vikings can take out Tempest so quickly, so he's going to have to be very careful about that.
All right, he's moving up now. No, he's not, excuse me. This is a planetary making over here.
Some nice
he needs to get that. If he gets that planetary up, that's going to be very hard, especially if especially if Flash transfers SCBs, like a good amount.
Yeah.
Then again, with the Tempest, you can probably park yourself in between the Protoss' 5th and 4th base and just zap it from there. You know?
Yeah, kind of. It's not, you know, he might just be waiting for that. He might be saying, all right, I need to get a few more Tempests out. He's about to have 4 very shortly here. And once he gets that amount, you know, he's going to be able to start actually picking things off and forcing, instead of a fight at the planetary, a fight in front of the planetary.
He's sacking probes right now. He doesn't want these anymore. He needs to free up supply for more Tempests.
He's trying to mine from those destructible rocks, man. It doesn't seem like it's working very well.
Not a very good resource, rocks.
No.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Time warp chilling. Vikings trying to go around right now. This is getting crazy, man. When will we see an actual engagement? Because the thing is, Flash can easily lose his base and just pull back for a bit, you know?
Yeah, and the game will normalize.
He does have to be a little bit careful, though, because of Mules and the super aggressive style he used. He doesn't have as big a bank, right? Because he overmined out his bases much quicker. This can happen in split map scenarios where the person who seems behind the whole game because they're taking their base. Oh my God, those were good feedbacks. That was a huge deal.
That might give PartinG the ability to get in here. Remember, if he cannot take out this base, it's really bad because eventually PartinG's going to dry up before Flash, as that means less room for mistakes.
Do you have another high tempo trying to come up here?
Oh!
Wow, doing a great job against these ghosts. Flash's ghosts not doing as well as you would hope.
Cloaking him now. Still ineffective.
Well, those Tempests being very useful as siege weapons, trying to force Flash to attack into him. And here we go. It looks like we're going to see an attack. Flash moving forward. Beautiful side storms all over the Vikings. The Vikings being taken out in a matter of seconds.
The battle cruisers are continuing to push in. It looks like Protoss is on the retreat.
But look at the damage from Tempest on those battle cruisers. So much damage being dealt so quickly.
Continuing to push forward now. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it looks like Flash is going to lose this base over here. Just not enough to defend. Both players, though, still essentially maxed out.
Well, it looks like he has gotten it tasteless indeed. The army composition, by the way, of PartinG, look at how it's changed. He's got 0 Zealots. He's just got a beautiful set of units. This is going to be really hard to break for Flash.
All right, he's continuing to push forward. You know, with those Tempests in that incredible range, they always get the first hit.
Yeah.
Which gives a huge battle advantage there for the Protoss.
That's right, and they turn quite quickly, too, so he can do things like move in, hit a hit, and run backwards.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. This is the proper micro for a group of units like this. Really, really well done.
All right, he's continuing to push out.
Flash
I don't know if Flash can hold this.
No, he's making more Vikings. He's going to have to push forward very soon. He has very little left over here.
Now he's got to be careful because just a few storms on top of all those Vikings and battle cruisers, and you're dead.
Dead, absolutely. You know, he's got to hit the EMPs on those Templars.
Look at the bank accounts for these two guys too. There's really no way for Flash to remake this army, whereas PartinG can lose everything. He can remake a bunch of Stalkers.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd make 52 Zealots if he wants. Here we go, Tasteless. The Vikings starting to move forward here, but some nice EMPs going off. Some side storms going down, and beautiful side storms right there. Battlecruisers dealing a lot of damage, but will this be enough?
Not entirely clear. Looks like most of the ground army was obliterated, actually, and it looks like most of the air army is going to be obliterated as well. 10 supply now to 170. GG.
Whoa.
Think of the position Flash was in, and how PartinG managed to come back. That is insane. That's actually crazy. That's one of the craziest things I've seen in a long time.
Flash killed his third Nexus.
Yeah.
Flash played so well, but PartinG knew exactly what to do at every step. I can't believe he actually held on. There were points where he was like centimeters from death, millimeters from death. If he had microed slightly worse, he would have lost.
He would have died.
Like, I can't actually believe he held on that entire time, fought back, got up to the Supreme late game, and won via a Tempest push. Amazing, fantastic play from PartinG. You know, I saw a lot of predictions for this group, and a lot of people that I saw were saying Flash life. But PartinG showing, don't count him out.
You can't. That was incredible. That was something else, man.
Flash, in fact, you can see him. He's like, what? Did I lost that? Because again, when you're up at this level, it's hard to even prepare for your opponents.
Yeah. Who are you going to train with?
Who does Flash play against? Like, the best he could do, absolutely, is the IM team.
Yeah.
IM has a lot of good Protosses, but, you know, Rain and PartinG, perhaps the two best in the world, both on SK. And, of course, they're not going to practice with Flash.
That's true.
It's, wow, this is, what a wild set, man.
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
Star Station, the next map. This map is going to be better for Flash. Going to be a lot easier to attack than that third.
All right, let's get this going. We're going into game number 2 now between these two guys. The losers match. The loser is out. The first to be out here today in this epic group, the group of death, here at the GSL.